Welcome to Around the Track, the most exciting 15 minutes in wealth management by Dynasty Financial Partners and hosted by CEO Shirl Penney.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Around the Track, the most exciting 15 minutes in wealth management. And I'm your host, Shirl Penney, founder and CEO of Dynasty Financial Partners. I'm really excited about this episode because I'm joined by one of my partners from Dynasty, our Chief Administrative Officer, Angela Gingras. Angela, thanks so much for doing this.
Shirl, thank you for having me. I am so thrilled to be here, and I can't wait to jump right into the questions.
So good segue. Let's definitely jump right in. Okay. You know we have one rule on Around the Track, and that only rule is 15 minutes to make our way around the track. So I'm going to ask you 8 questions. Each one of those 8 questions represents one of the furlongs in a mile around a track. So with that, we're going to go ahead and jump in. How you break from the gate really matters. So I'm going to ask you a nice, easy question to get started off with.
And they're off.
Tell us more about Angela, your background, your family. What do you want us to know about Angela?
Excellent. Well, this year is my 25th year in the financial services industry. I cannot believe how quickly it has gone by. But more astounding to me is how much the RIA services has grown over the past 20 plus years. Back in 2000, when I first started, there were 6,600 SEC registered RIAs. Fast forward to 2020, now there's just under 14,000, so that number has more than doubled. There's $110 trillion sitting out there being managed by these advisors across 60 million clients. So when I first took my first job as a call center person handling operations back office questions and client trading, I had no idea that I was getting into a profession of lifelong learning and growth. And clearly there's still more work to be done, especially here at Dynasty. So 3 things to know about me that hasn't changed over those 20 years is, number 1, I have a passion and a love for my independent financial advisors. I've supported that space practically my entire career. Also love working hard and making sure I'm leaning on my experience so that I can build and accomplish things for my clients to make them do better and to make sure that they can support their underlying clients. And last but not least, it's maintaining that healthy work-life balance. It's important to me to prioritize both my family and my profession, but I make sure that I'm present for both areas so that everyone gets the attention.
Awesome, thank you. So a passion for learning and growth, absolutely love that. So when I come in the morning, one of the things I see each morning is you're one of the first people that are here at Dynasty. So what has you so excited flying out of bed in the morning to get in here at Dynasty?
So as I mentioned, my love for the independent advisors comes first. And so when I think about supporting entrepreneurs who are fiduciaries for their clients, they're at the top of their game and how they're actually handling with our services that we provide. So when I think about what I have to do in the morning and jump in, it's building those tailored and custom service products and technologies that assist them to do more and to be great at what they do and give them that scale and efficiency. But at the same time, it's also working alongside people here who had that same energy and enthusiasm to make sure that we're all growing together in the business. That's
great. You know, one of the things I really enjoy when we get to do our one-on-one meetings, when we get to spend time together, is you're really a student of the industry. So I'd like to ask, as you think out whether it's Dynasty or the industry even more broadly, over the next, let's say, 3 to 5 years, what are some things that have you really excited about the industry?
So I'm eager to participate in our own entrepreneurial story at Dynasty. You know, we are definitely the leader in the movement toward independent RIA. We've had tremendous success and growth along with our clients, and the industry is paying very close attention to who we are as the driving force toward full and complete independence. So when I think about what the industry should look for, it's when I hear from our clients, prospective clients, our existing clients, and our resource partners that we are the top choice to convert an advisor into a business owner. Right. Clearly that makes me very excited, but at the same time, I think what folks may not know is our sense of community and how we bring all these peers that are like-minded together and all these unique brands, showing some cohesiveness around what we are as a firm altogether. And I think over time, in the next 5 years, that brand recognition will seep down to the consumer level, and they will know this is who's the best in the industry if they want to choose an independent advisor.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I really like about what you just said is historically, you know, our industry has built, whether it's technology, tools, even practice management, service functions, more focused towards the employee advisor. And we have been very purposeful over the last decade or so, as you just well articulated, to build capabilities for a business owner who happens to be an advisor. So I really appreciate that. Let's maybe go a little bit deeper with what you had just referenced. Maybe give me something that the industry's not talking about, right? That we should be focused on over the next 5 years or so.
Right. So, Shirl, as we're thinking about the popularity of independent advisory growing, I think it's incumbent upon us to educate and for advisors to become more informed about these pseudo businesses that portray independence. But there's really a bit of a string attached, whether it be monetary, operational, could be legal or compliance matters that really don't give the independent advisor all the space that they need to grow their business. So when we think about this aspect of it, in my opinion, I prefer that they go out and look for a young, talented candidate to become a successor early on in their business. Not only will it help that individual to learn and grow, because we need that fresh talent to help us grow in the financial services space, but it helps to support that business from a valuation perspective. So when that person decides that they need that exit strategy, it takes care of them and their families. But more so beyond that, in my mind, it really helps for them to secure the freedom that they have earned. They've had all their own control, so why give that away to somebody else when they've spent a lifetime of work to achieve that goal? Awesome,
thank you. Let's pivot here a little bit, and I want to talk about technology. And one of the buzz phrases, if you will, that we always hear is this concept of tech enablement. And I think sometimes that can be confusing. So unpack that a little bit for us. You know, what are some things that you're working with advisors or advising them on that they should be focused on around technology in the middle and back office?
It's a great question, and I agree with you. Tech enablement is a hot buzzword right now.
Yeah.
But what I would suggest to advisors and their teams to take a step back and really assess whether or not the quality and other aspects of this new shiny toy really is going to help their business. So I want them to evaluate, will it improve their efficiency and scale? Does that technology actually support them in their business? In addition to, do they even understand what they do? Are they going to call just a back office number of a tech support person, or is it something that actually can consult with them and make sure they're making the proper choice? The other aspects of looking at technology overall is how can you pair off with the best partner that can evaluate these choices and narrow the field so that you're going with best of breed. I know here at Dynasty we do that all the time, especially in our operations compliance teams, which I'm responsible for, and it really takes that pressure off of the advisor. It lets us be in the driver's seat. That's our value proposition. And then when we give them that opportunity to know that we've already selected the best, then they can focus more on their clients, unless I'm becoming an expert on this like ever-changing sea of technology in our industry.
Yeah, I think sometimes advisors might think that technology in and of itself is going to be the solution or the answer, right? But you can have the greatest toolkit in the world if you don't really have the practitioners well trained to know how to use it. It's not that valuable. So that is one of the things we obviously focus on, and you lead the charge on at Dynasty, is not just delivering technology, but delivering it with high quality service as well. Let me ask you a question. I'm going to compliment you. I think you're a wonderful leader. So I'm going to ask you a question about leadership. How would you describe your leadership style or philosophy? And there's obviously a number of people watching this that maybe are moving into leadership positions for the first time, others that maybe have been doing it for a longer period of time, but are focused on getting better. So when you think about building culture within the business, developing talent, give us a few practice management tips.
So I look back on my own career and I think about the people who supported me from both a feedback and guidance point of view. I feel compelled that I have to pay that forward and pave the way for future talent to support the independent advisor industry, but also give them the same opportunity that was given to me over the past 25 years. And when I think about strength in a team, it really starts with collaboration. It's so critical that you collaborate and share ideas, but then also challenge the norm and be creative. That is what we do on the independent level. We don't just have it be cookie cutter. It's independent by design, and so I want everyone to be challenged to think in that manner. But I also want to make sure that we're pushing each other to make each other better. So it's okay to have a little healthy competition. I think that's good for any team, both here at Dynasty as well as in our independent RIA firms. Everyone should be pushing each other to do more. And I do believe that that actually fosters a tighter culture because we're all swimming in the same direction.
Great, thank you. You have a portfolio of responsibilities as a CAO here. We've talked a lot about tech and operations. You also deliver our tech-enabled compliance solution to our advisors. But the business that you oversee that I want to ask the next question about is human resources. What advice would you give to somebody, because there's really a shortage of talent right now in our industry. It's a challenge across all of financial services and wealth management. If somebody, whether they're transitioning from the military or they were a retired school teacher or just anyone looking to come into our industry, what advice would you give them? And then maybe for somebody in the industry that's looking to maybe do something different or perhaps is ready for a promotion and doesn't even know how to ask for it. What advice would you give people?
I love this question because in my opinion, this industry is for everyone. No matter what your interest or background is, there's so much variety that you're going to be able to find some space within financial services where you can be successful. I would want people to be curious, ask the questions. If you know someone or you just even want to have a coffee with someone that's it could be at Dynasty, it could be at one of the other financial services firms, it could be someone that you know, ask those questions because to me, you limit your own success. And what I've found over the years is regardless, you just described it, regardless of what someone has done in their past, I do believe that once they find their niche in this space, they can make tremendous headway in their career. For instance, if I think about my own career, if you would have said to me 25 years ago that I would be the CAO of a breakaway firm that is just killing the industry and really disrupting how we think about financial advice and service, I would have said that's not possible. But it is possible, and I do think that people only limit themselves when they think in a very narrow lane, but broaden your horizons, ask the questions, get in front of people, find mentors and sponsors. Those were all opportunities that I took advantage of and appreciated over my time because it helped me to build that portfolio to get to the place where I am today.
Okay, great. So we're in the stretch, finish line's right in front of us, right? So let's finish strong here. So last question. And this is a question that I ask every guest that we have on the show, so this won't be a surprise to you. We are in the middle of Triple Crown season right now, and Triple Crown, as you know in racing, is the culmination of oftentimes a career's effort and focus and hard work, whether it's the owners, the trainers, the jockeys, the entire team. It's the big goal that almost seems unattainable, but you're going to run hard towards it nonetheless. So with that as a backdrop, what is Angela's big goal, Triple Crown, that's out there that you're aspiring to run hard towards?
I don't think you'd be surprised by my answer, Shirl, because you know me well. It's finding that next potential product, service, technology, efficiency for our clients. As you know, we have some very exciting changes coming on the horizon for operations and technology that was all born from advisor feedback, but we can't stop there. We think about our client base, they're excellent at keeping up with the trends, and if we don't keep up with those trends, then there will be a step behind. So I think you describe it a little bit as a slight bit of paranoia, and we see a lot happening, and especially in the past couple of years, there's been a migration and a shift, and we have to be the leader both in service as well as technology, but also efficiency. So for me, it's actually continuing to sharpen the saw and make sure that we deliver to our clients what they expect and always be a little bit one step ahead.
Well, look, I couldn't agree more with what you just said. The businesses that are the most proximate to their clients are often the ones that win disproportionately. So Angela, thank you so much for doing this. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And thank you to all of you for joining us again for another edition of Around the Track.